Welcome to the Edibility Assessment Test. I'm DC, your globetrotting host, diving into how diverse cultures bring their incredible flavors to a new home. Join me as we taste the world right here in Southern California. Now, let's eat.
We're at Phoholic in Stanton, California, very close to Garden Grove, home to one of the largest Vietnamese populations in the world. And with Vietnamese populations, you get pho. We're going to put this one to the Edibility Assessment Test.
About 5 miles west of Disneyland and about the same south of Knott's Berry Farm, in the Rodeo 39 Public Market on Beach Boulevard, this Phoholic is the second of 3 family-owned restaurants in the area. Of the 3, this one definitely has the best parking. As the name implies, Phoholic specializes in pho, a Vietnamese soup consisting of broth, noodles, herbs, and protein, typically beef or chicken. Their motto, Crazy Rich Broth. And yeah, it's basically the pho version of Crazy Rich Asians, minus the wedding, fireworks, and emotional damage.
Be a dear and take care of that.
As you wish.
We have ordered one of the most popular dishes and something for myself. For the popular dish, this is for the adventurers. It has tendon, tripe, and brisket inside. The soup bones, they cook this in the vat for a while, and then when they've served their purpose, they pull them out and sell them off. And for the recommendation, if you're not so adventurous, we've got the number one, which is basically steak and noodles in the Crazy Rich broth. At least that's what they claim. The thing about pho is it's an individual thing. However you want it is however you construct it. This is how I construct mine. You don't want to go crazy. I've seen a lot of people just kind of soak their stuff in the available sauce. You want to lightly decorate it. Taste it. See if it's good. That broth is rich. It's clean. It is a beef broth. It's got scallions and onions in it. It's also served with more onions. You can add some spice to it with some peppers. We also have some limes to flash it up a little bit. It's also served with vegetables and bean sprouts. I know how I like my pho. This is good. I'm going to make it better. So when you're assembling your pho, you don't want to go crazy and just pile stuff in. You don't want to destroy the broth. The broth is the star here. I'm going to add some bean sprouts to lighten it up a little bit. Bean sprouts for me have no flavor, but they do soften. So if something is too salty, you can add the bean sprouts to it to kind of cut down on the saltiness of a particular dish. That's about all I'm going to need. I'm also going to add a few more onions. And we're going to put in a lime. One of the things that you have to remember, this stuff is served hot and it is served fast. The meat that they put in here in some of the pho restaurants that you might go to is served almost rare. This place is no different. The soup is what's going to cook your meat the rest of the way. So you're going to want to stir this up and make sure that all that beef and meat gets down in there. Last but not least, a little hoisin sauce. Hoisin sauce is like an oyster sauce, but it's way sweeter. You got to be careful with it though, because a little bit goes a long way. Same thing with sriracha sauce. Most people are familiar with this. I use this kind of like I use ketchup. Couple turns, and we'll see how it goes. What I've done is I've put a little bit more savory in here. I've also put a little bit more spice in here. The lime, the onions, the sauces, it gives you that really nice, complex umami flavor. I put just enough hot sauce to kind of get me in the back. This really is good.
After 12 hours in a bubbling cauldron, every last whisper of flavor is coaxed from the beef bones. Fresh herbs and spices join the party, the surface is skimmed to a shine, and the result is a broth so clear and smooth it glides from your lips to your stomach in one luxurious ribbon. Your taste buds get full voting rights as you customize with herbs and sauces, but the foundation is pure culinary gold. Final score, 9.5.
The noodles should not be soggy. If you're not careful with pho, if you leave it in the soup too long, it gets soggy. So let's see how we did. Yeah, this is good. This is really good. Some of the meat that comes with is a fatty brisket. I've got that attached to a basil. It's a Thai basil. Yeah. Now they've got some rare steak in here. All right. Here's some of that tripe. For you adventurous eaters, you already know what tripe is. For those who are not so adventurous, try it before you ask. Oh yeah. It's got just the right amount of pushback, but it's not gummy, it's not chewy. It breaks apart right when it's supposed to. And the flavor is spot on. They also serve beef tendons. Beef tendons are notoriously hard. Cook them too long, and it's a gelatinous mess. Cook it too little, and it's hard and rubbery and gets stuck in your teeth, and it's just not enjoyable. Here's the test. Just long enough. It breaks apart. It's not gelatinous. It goes down pretty smooth. This whole bowl is just absolutely amazing.
The number 14 is the full adventure bowl. Brisket, flank, fatty flank, tendon, and tripe. Everything cooks right in the broth like a hot tub for beef. Tender, rich, and ridiculously satisfying. Final score, 9.7.
So, we already know that this is good. Now, I decided to pick something up for me. These are the soup bones. They cook this for hours and hours and hours on end to pull out and extract every bit of flavor. At the end of the day, they pull these out. A lot of this meat's going to fall off the bone. And the great thing about this is if you have a pet, you can take them the bone. So this is a back rib from a cow. You can see that just falls right off. It's good. They serve it inside of its own broth. They don't always have this. This is not always available because once they've used all the bones, that's all that there is. And then they have to make a new batch of broth. Get these while you can if it's available. Yeah. It really is perfect. You can already see a lot of that connective tissue is just flaking off this thing. Doesn't need any barbecue sauce. Doesn't need any seasoning. Doesn't need any flavor. Already in there. Great stuff.
These things simmer until they practically fall apart. When they hit your table, you feel like Fred Flintstone about to tip over the car. Not a whole meal, just pure caveman joy in a bowl. Final score, 10.
In terms of value, for $15, you're going to leave out of here full. For an additional $8, you can be even fuller. Important to note, this place, no vegetarian options. So this would not be good to take your vegetarian friends. Now, this particular location does have other places to eat, and you can go ahead and order something else and bring it to this table. And the alfresco dining area is open to the public, so anybody can sit here. We've got a nice big long table, even though the name is kind of a gimmick. Their main purpose here is to make one hell of a bowl of pho. They succeeded.
Pho is delicious at all times, but particularly on cold days. Phoholic nails it. Deep flavor, family recipe broth, and a menu that doesn't mess around. This is the closest you'll get to street corner Saigon pho without a passport. Bring friends, bring family, or just bring your appetite. Final score, 9.7.
After all of that, time for a little palate cleanser. Jasmine tea. Yeah. We're good.